Today we are making a granny square bag. So we're gonna start off with 4mm yarn and then a 5mm hook because we are doing 2 pieces of yarn at a time. So we're going to start with a slip knot and then start by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go into the first loop and then pull through again. So you're gonna open it so you have that little hole right there, and then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So with that hole in the center, you're going to do a double crochet into that hole. So go in, pull through those 2, yarn over, pull through those 2. So that's 1 double crochet, pull it to the side, and then do another double crochet into that side part. Pull through, and then pull through 2. And that is our first section of the granny square. Then after we've done that, we're going to chain 2, and then we are going to do 3 more double crochets. So 1, 2, and we do 2 pieces of yarn for this so that it's sturdier since it's going to be a bag. So there's another one finished, and then chain 2 again and do this 2 more times. So 1, 2. So when you are done, you should have 4, and come back when you have 4. So once you have finished your granny square right there, you should have 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to chain 2 to finish it off, and then we are going to go into the top corner right there, pull through there, pull through there. So just a little slip stitch to finish it, except we're not pulling through all the way, we're just pulling this loop up right here because we're gonna switch colors. So once you have your next color, you're gonna get the yarn and pull it through there, and then pull the first color, and then chain 2, 1, 2, because that's just like 3 single crochets right there. And then we are going to go right into this corner and do 2 double crochets to count as the first section. 1, 2, okay. And then once we have those 2 double crochets, we're gonna chain 2, then we're going to do 3 more double crochets to create a little section. And this is a corner right here, okay? And then we chain 2 for the across part right here, and then go back into the corner and do 2 more, I guess technically do 6 more double crochets, and then continue that until you get all the way around, and then we'll do the final row. So once you've finished off each of your corners, you're going to chain 2 again, and then you're just gonna go into the top stitch once again, and then pull through both of those. So you're going to do the final color switch for the granny square, and you start it exactly how you started the last one. Just pull through, so 1, chain 2. You're gonna start with this little bridge part right here and do 2 double crochets in there. And then once you have done your 2 double crochets there, chain 2, and then just do the corners exactly how we did the corners in the last round. I'll see you guys at the end of this round to finish off this granny square. Once you get to the end of the 3rd round, chain your 2, and then go into the top hook once again, and pull through that one, and then you're going to do 1 more chain and pull through all the way, and then cut that off right there, and voila, there is your granny square. And then you can weave in the ends. I weaved mine in as I went, so I can just cut them off right there. But if you don't know how to weave in the ends, I recommend just using a darning needle or something. A darning needle, something. It looks like this. Now, go ahead and make 17 more of those, and then come back and we will finish off the bag. Once you have all of your granny squares finished, lay them out in the pattern that you want. So this is the pattern that I did. And now we're going to connect them. You can connect them however you want, but I'll show you guys how I'm gonna connect them. I don't know what this stitch is called, but I have my slip knot on my hook, And then I'm going, this is so bad to demonstrate with black yarn, guys, I'm so sorry. Going into the back loop of both of the stitches, I'm just gonna keep going into the back loop and keep doing a single crochet. This is my favorite stitch. I feel like it's easiest for me. I think it goes by pretty fast, but also if you have a needle, that's another good way to connect. I just don't like how that looks as much as this. So connect all of your granny squares, however you want them, and then we'll come back. So I'll see you once all your granny squares are connected. Once all of your granny squares are connected, it should look like this. Should look like a square, and we are going to single crochet around the whole border till you get all the way around. So that's what I've done right now, but I'll show you guys on my other one how to do that. Now I'm going to take my 2 pieces of yarn still. We do double yarn just so that it's thicker since it's a bag. I'm going to go into a loop and just do a single crochet. And then I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around. Do all the way around. When you get to a part like this, you're not going to single crochet into the loop specifically. You're just going to go into the big loop and do 2, since that's how many there would be naturally. Then you just keep going all the way around and do that till you get all the way around. Now that you have finished the 2 rows of single crochet around the border, we are going to connect the bag. We're going to connect the bag exactly how we connected the granny squares. So I'm just going to go into the back loop and then the back loop of the top corner here. And I have my granny squares matched up so that it's going to be the same color on each side. And into the back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And then we're just gonna do that till we get all the way around, and then we'll finish it off. And then after this, all we have left to do is the straps. So the end is in sight. Once you have connected all of your granny squares together, you're going to just continue your chain that you've been doing right along this side and chain 85 single crochets. Once you finish chaining 85 single crochets, you're going to go right into this end, pull through, and then you're gonna go back on this side because we're doing the handle that goes on this side first, and then we're gonna do the handle that goes on this side. So you're gonna want to go onto that side, chain through, pull through, do 1 single crochet, then you're going to go into the back loop and yarn over, pull through. And you're going to do that all the way until you get to the other side. Back loop, yarn over, pull through. Back loop, yarn over, pull through. So go back and forth chaining in the back loop 4 times. And then once you get to the end, go into the final loop on the actual part of the bag, single crochet, and then do a slip stitch. And oops, cut the rope right there, the yarn, and there you go. There you have your first little strap to the bag. So, and then we'll weave in that end eventually. Now we're going to the other side. And so we don't have the same beginning part how we had on the other side with that. So we're just going to start with a slip knot. I'm just gonna put it in right. I'm putting it in right at the closest stitch right there, and then yarn over, pull through, pull through. And then I'm going to chain 85 again. And then once I chain 85, I'm gonna single crochet into this end and then go back and forth 4 times. So once we go back and forth 4 times, then we'll come back and we'll finish off the bag. And once you have your handles finished, we're just gonna weave in the ends. But I wanted to say this, you can do your straps however thick you want it. I just only wanted mine 4 across because I don't really care for them to be super thick, but if you prefer thicker straps, then just keep going along the top of the bag until you get the thickness you want. So now that we have that done, we are just going to weave in our ends, and then I'll show you guys the bag once it's all done. I recommend getting like a little needle. I think it's called a darning needle. A bobby pin also works if you don't want to leave your house. You just thread the needle through where you want and then put the yarn in and then pull the yarn through and cut it out. Just like this, I have my needle in through here and then I have my yarn through the hole in the needle and I just pull the needle through there and then I can snip off that yarn right there. It's as easy as that. This is the final granny square bag. It should look like this. It's super easy. Basically, if you know how to do a granny square, then you know how to do this bag. Anyways, I hope you guys like this bag. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoy your granny square bag.